This video is addressing the changes to the RE-23, the commercial PSA. And right away, you should note this is not in highlighted form like the rest of the videos where we're going to see some yellow ink on what's changed. So right off the bat, you're going to see something different on the form. The responsible broker shall be. That was addressed in the RE-21 video as to why that exists where it is. But this is a red line document, so you're going to see sort of this document as it existed before. And it's important for this change. That's why we're showing it to you in this format. It's because there was a major removal and relocation. So what we have here is an issue dealing with title insurance. And so you can see right away, large paragraph was struck. And this paragraph, to anybody that does non-commercial transactions, will recognize this paragraph from the other purchase sale agreements. This is how it exists in those other purchase sale agreements. And it still exists in that form in those other purchase sale agreements. And it's appropriate that it be in that form for those agreements. But when it comes to commercial transactions, we know that things are different. We know that practitioners practice in different ways. And one of the ways that is most commonly described as one of the differences between the way that the practitioners and their clients expect the transaction to go down is that there's an offer and then there's a due diligence period, and the buyer does all of their due diligence, and they just have a window. They don't say what they're doing. They don't talk about the inspection, in detail. It's just, hey, you got your due diligence. Look at everything from planning and zoning to, EPA permits to access to roads to ingress and egress to, to the actual physical structure inspections. All of that typically is commonly referred to as in the due diligence period on a commercial transaction, and you don't go into the nitty gritty of exactly what's happening and of different things. And so when it came to title insurance, the committee felt that this language as it existed in the title insurance section on the other PSAs was not appropriate in a commercial purchase sale agreement. So it came out. Now, we're not getting rid of a buyer's ability to look at a preliminary title commitment. It just comes out of where it lives here, and it's reduced and relocated down here into seller disclosures. And by the way, this says seller disclosures and deliverables now. It's not reflected in this particular document because this was an early version of it. But the final, this is where it lives. And so we can actually flip over to the final right now. So you can see seller disclosures and deliverables, and we can see the preliminary title commitment and the CC&Rs. That's where that lives now, and the title insurance section is much, much smaller and doesn't go into detail as it did before. So this is something that could affect your practice, and you want to definitely spend some time reviewing and laying this form against last year's form to really understand the change and really understand how it's going to affect you in your practice. And if there's any changes you need to be made and how you're practicing and how you're having conversations with your clients. That's the end of the changes we're going to talk about on the RE-23.